Hey, YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks. I just put out a video about the Nevada PUA ID and me required verification. Uh, as I was actually making the video, I was actually on hold also on my phone, and I stopped, and it basically gave me an ending to this video, the last video I made about this. So, as I said before, there's four steps. And the first one is I'm looking at my notes. The first one is your email password. Now, I recommend, as I stated before, hopefully I'm going to wrap this up fairly quickly since I spent 10, 11 minutes on the other one. This is going to be a recap, but the ending of this video is what this video is about, part two, the ending, which was the most important part. So, um, as I said, you're going to go to ID. Well, you're probably going to do like I did, which was go to the unemployment site to do your weekly filing of your claim, to only find out you can't. You have to click that button that says ID and me on the uh, unemployment, PUA unemployment um, on your account. You'll log in like you usually do, and you'll click that ID and me, and that'll bring you to that whole process where it's going to ask you again for your email and your password. Now, again, I recommend using the same one that you have already for the unemployment office. That just keeps it simple for you. Now, that's step number one. Step number two is um, again, part of another option for signing on. Like most things, they always want you to have a backup in case you've lost it or possibly you're on another device or whatever the case may be. The point is, they want to make sure it's you and it's not somebody else. So, of course, you use your cell phone. That's your first choice. And then the second one, I used an email address. Those are the two options for uh, basically IDing you or who you say you are to get into the system. You know, it's just like that part is just like anything else that we log into. You have the one you use, and then you have a backup just in case you've forgotten it. So that's step number two. Step number three is, as I stated before, it's the tricky part. You're downloading your driver's license, and basically it asks you for um, to download your ID, which is what all this is about in the first place. But just like I said before, it makes you kind of think, why didn't they just go into the system where they have all that stuff? Well, because this is another company. I'm assuming it's a national, could be global company that they've signed up with. Uh, and as I stated before, I believe it's clearinghouse because when you go on their website, it shows all these different companies that are going to have access. And you know how we feel about that. You give it to one, next thing you know, all these companies are blowing you up. But in this case, if you want to get that, your weekly unemployment benefits, you got to do it. Now, you have the option once you get in there if you want to expose yourself to all those companies. You don't have to. The point is, you're going in there to sign up so that you can get, they made this a condition of you getting your benefits. So, as I said, you've got two choices. That is, they call it primary, secondary. Primary, of course, is going to be your license, passport, probably birth certificate, those instant automatic things we assume would be number one. but they've got a big long list of options that you can choose from. I suggest going there and checking to see what those are. The ones I just mentioned are primary. I chose to use those. They give you two choices. I guess everything here they gave you two choices. So uh, you can use either two primaries or you can use one and one. Now, don't hold me to that secondary. I'm not sure about that. That's why I'm saying go when you're on that website, it'll give you a link. You can open that page up and it shows you all the different choices. You just pick the ones that you have. And keep in mind, you want to make sure that all this information is current, nothing's expired. Because I know one of the choices you can use utility bills and who knows what. Just that when I came to the ones that I knew I had right here that I could look in my wallet and get, those are the ones I went. You want to keep it simple. So those are the two choices, primary, secondary. You got to download your driver's license front and back. And then I used my passport. Just have to, and my issue was lighting. And I found it was most difficult thing for me. And again, I can't speak for anyone else, but based on what I read on the Facebook community conversation that we have, which is like more than 20,000 strong. So it's not like a few hundred people. This is thousands of people in Nevada who are seeking out information, or as one would say, a lifeline to find out, to get a heads up, which is what I'm attempting to do here today. Give you a heads up so that hopefully when you go on to do yours, if you haven't already, this will give you possibly some reassurances or give you some tips you didn't know about. Any little heads up can help. That's my personal opinion. So, as I said, you want to do that license front and back, and you got to take a selfie. So now I did all that, and then I'm waiting for verification. That should pop right up. That's not what happened. And because it gives you a lot of choices when you're taking those photos, do you are you going to say okay or retry? So I kept retrying because of course it has guidelines on what it should look like. So I'm thinking once I got it right, we're good. No, I get this window that tells me that what how did they phrase it? Trusted referee. That I was going to have to communicate with this person and have a live chat. Okay. So then I'm on the website and I go into this section of this four-step process. I'm thinking it's going to be instant. I didn't really, and it wasn't. So it asked me if I want to chat now. Of course, I want to chat now. I'll get this done so I can file my claim. No, when I click that button, it tells me I got more than 5 hours to wait. So of course you can go do a whole lot of things, and it asks you if you want to wait or come back. Of course you don't want to come back. You want to get this done. So I just used two devices so that I could keep it running. So what happened was it knew I wasn't there. It sent me an email. Basically, I'm in line, sort of like DMV. When they have your phone number, they can just text you when it's your turn. And that's what really happened. I got an email so that I could uh, go back online. And while I'm doing that, I decided to make this video. And then while I'm doing that, my phone rings. I'm on the laptop, but then my phone rings. And I'm like, who's calling me this early in the morning? And it was ID and me. I wasn't expecting them to call because they said, we're not going to call you. But they did call. So I'm on the phone with this guy, and basically, he just wants to verify that I am who I say I am. And I got to show him the documents that I have just downloaded. I used my license and my passport. He had to verify everything that I had submitted on my claim, verifying that all the information, which is all the basic stuff, your name, address, phone number, social security number, everything that you've entered. He's going to, it takes like 5 minutes. You're going to verify all that. You have to put the picture of your license up so he can see it in the camera because you're doing a Zoom. He's going to put all that. He wants to see the license and in my case, my passport. I had to show them both and I had to take off my glasses because they did another selfie. So then when he did that, I said, "Did you get the uh, license?" And because I already did all this, he said, "Yeah, but we still have to verify it." Okay. So then after he did that, he says, "Okay, you're fine. You're verified. And you can now go online." He said, "You're going to get an email from me verifying this. You can go online right now and you can file your claim." So, like I said, it took maybe 5 minutes at that point. And then I was able to go file my claim because that was the only thing that I was concerned about. So, again, that was a happy ending for this. I want to make sure that I share with you that I was able to complete it. Everything's good. I filed my claim. I'll get my benefits for this week, like every week. So I hope you have the same success I did, but with a little less. I don't want to call it drama. I had hiccups. Hopefully, you won't have the hiccups I had. That's the purpose of us sharing. Maybe the next guy won't have as many difficulties as the other one, and on and on till we finally get it right. So, again, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and please like and subscribe and click the notification bell so that I can let you know when I'm sending out videos. I can't speak for anybody else. I always apologize for not getting them out in a timely manner or in a consistent manner. And I do these things in spurts, not spurts. Uh, I have to really be motivated, not because I don't have the content, but my head is in a lot of places all the time. And I really have to be in the mood to do it. And after I had to go online to do all this crap, I said, "Why don't you go ahead and make a video?" So since I was already set up, okay. And again, I was doing something different this time because I've never actually done my YouTube videos on my laptop or on my desktop. I always do them on my uh, on my smartphone. So this is new for me. Um, This is, I think this is live. So this is not something I recorded earlier today and downloaded. This is right now. So again, I've never done it. Life is full of, I've never done this before, but I had somebody tell me, this was a few years ago, they said, "I would imagine there is very little you haven't done." I didn't even have to think about that. They were right. I've done most things, so it's very difficult to surprise me. Not impossible, but extremely difficult. So, with that, again, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and since I'm in the mood, I've got some more content that I'm gonna put out probably today. So, be blessed and like and subscribe.